Bogota, 1928. A city where desperation hangs in the air thicker than the mountain mist. That's where I found myself, Alvaro Santos, a detective trying to outrun a past I'd rather forget. I was down to my last few pesos when a job landed on my desk. A powerful mining syndicate had a problem. Their prize emeralds, the green heart of the Colombian jungle, were disappearing, vanishing from a vault that was supposedly impossible to breach. The miners were a superstitious bunch. They didn't talk about thieves or inside jobs. They whispered about La Llorona Verde, the Green Weeper, a vengeful ghost from local folklore, now apparently with a taste for precious stones. I've never put much stock in ghost stories, but I've always had a healthy respect for human greed. And in a city like this, greed was a far more powerful force than any spirit. So, I took the case. I needed the money, and a mystery is a mystery, whether the culprit is a phantom or just a clever flesh-and-blood thief. The vault was a masterpiece of paranoia. A solid steel box set deep in the bedrock beneath the syndicate's headquarters. It had 2 locks, requiring 2 different keys to be turned at the exact same time. The keys were held by the heads of 2 rival families, the Riberas and the Montoyas. These families hated each other with a passion that went back generations, a hatred so deep it was practically a family heirloom. The only thing they agreed on was protecting their shared investment. For them to conspire together was unthinkable. Yet, every full moon, like clockwork, another flawless emerald vanished. In its place, a cruel imitation, a worthless piece of green glass. I examined the vault myself. The walls were impenetrable, the door was solid, the locks untampered. It was a perfect locked room paradox. The only clue was a tiny smear of dark, dried liquid near a ventilation shaft. The shaft was no wider than a man's fist, far too small for anyone to crawl through. I took a sample. Back in my dingy office, under a microscope, the truth started to take shape. The blood wasn't human. It was reptilian. The jungle, it seemed, had found a way into the city's iron heart. I left the whispers of La Llorona Verde behind and followed the trail of this strange, cold-blooded clue. It led me away from the city, away from the mines, and deep into the suffocating humidity of the jungle. Hours of trekking brought me to a secluded, camouflaged clearing. And there it was. Not a ghost, but a scheme so brilliant it bordered on art. The architect of this impossible heist was a rogue biologist, a man named Dr. Aris Thorne. He was a genius who had grown disgusted with humanity and turned his intellect to the natural world. For years, he had been secretly breeding and training a unique species of monitor lizard. These creatures were his ghosts, small, agile, and intelligent. He had trained them to navigate the labyrinth of ventilation pipes that connected the outside world to the vault. On the night of the full moon, his reptilian agents would slip through the narrow ducts, their cold-blooded bodies leaving no heat signature for any primitive alarm. They would pick up the designated emerald, leave the glass counterfeit, and return to their master. The legend of the Green Weeper? That was his masterstroke. A terrifying local story, amplified by the miners' superstitions, to ensure no one dared to look too closely or investigate too far. I confronted Thorne in his makeshift jungle laboratory. The air was thick with the scent of formaldehyde, strange flora, and a chilling, single-minded obsession. Cages filled with his scaly accomplices lined the walls. I laid out the facts, piece by piece, expecting denial or a struggle. Instead, I saw a flicker of amusement in his eyes, a mocking smile playing on his lips. And then the final, crushing truth hit me. The syndicate that hired me, they already knew about Thorne. They hadn't hired a detective to solve the crime. They had hired a scapegoat. The police whistles suddenly echoing through the trees confirmed it. I had been perfectly set up. So there I was with a choice. Rot in a Colombian prison, framed for a crime of pure genius, or something else. Disappear. Vanish into the jungle with the mad biologist. his lizard army, and a king's ransom in stolen green fire. I looked at the emeralds glittering on Thorn's workbench, then out at the endless and different jungle. In a green hell like this, sometimes the only way to survive is to become a ghost yourself. Thank you for watching this story unfold. If you enjoy tales of mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. We'll see you in the next one.